The administration proposed a rule this week that would make migrants ineligible for asylum if they cross the southern border without first asking for refuge in a third country, at least generally speaking. It's kind of similar to a Trump-era rule. Administration officials told reporters on a call this week it wasn't their second preference to do it this way. Is this rule a recognition that the administration's early border strategy just isn't working? And is it realistic that President Biden's campaign promises to end all Trump-era immigration restrictions?
On day one, the president put forward a comprehensive immigration reform proposal. This is Congress needs to act. And what was happening currently right now is Congress is not acting. So what you're seeing from the Department of Homeland Security is they are using the tools that is being presented to them so that we can deal with this situation and do it in a safe and orderly and humane way. And that's what we're doing.
Migrants believe there's an open border.
Chris? Have you heard some of our political leaders speak about the border and communicate that the border is open? I don't think the more than 1.5 million people who have been removed or expelled from the border would consider the border open, but political leaders communicate that the border is open. That is music to the smugglers' ears, and the smugglers themselves spread.
Wait. You're going to blame this all on Republican critics?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
I mean, you're not
not
going to say that the administration and the
Chris,
policies on Remain in Mexico or Title 42 or stopping construction of the wall, that had no impact?
Chris, that's not what I said. I'm just citing for you a few things, and please allow me. Number one, they use that rhetoric.
Activity from a lot of groups who are very upset with what DeSantis is doing when it comes to cutting off the AP courses on African American history. With that said, I'm sure this White House has talked about it, but is the president talking to the Education Secretary Cardona about what steps can be done to rally other states to make sure that education is that teaching fact?
We do not have any specific conversation to read out about what's currently happening happening in Florida. And I know you've heard me talk about it. You've heard others from the administration speak to what we're seeing currently on the ground. But I don't have any specific conversation that is specific to policies or anything that's being done.
And then just on the new asylum rules, I know that you just laid out the differences that you see in the Trump administration rules and the new ones that you guys have announced. But a lot of migrant advocate groups don't see it that way. They see this as mirroring the Trump-era rules. So what do you say to these migrant advocate groups and these communities who now feel very much betrayed by this president?
Look, here's the thing. We don't see anybody else providing any other solutions when it comes to Congress. We don't. We've provided solution after solution. The president, again, on day one, provided a comprehensive immigration reform proposal. Put it out there on the first day. Republicans have rejected it. And what are they providing? Nothing. And so one of the things that we can say, and we see this in the data, is that we have increased pathways to legal pathways. We expanded that. It is orange season. If you missed the memo yesterday, apologies for all the toppers. We haven't had a briefing in some time. I have two more for you, and I promise we'll get to your questions. Hence, that's why we're matching today. So there you go. I feel good about that. I'll know she'd be missed by our team, and Robbie is here very early in the morning, trying to keep up with me. And I knew Robbie before this administration began. I think Robbie started working for me when you were like 19, Robbie. On and off, so we have become friends, and hopefully I get an invite to your wedding. I haven't seen the save the date yet, so we'll talk about that later, but we will truly miss you, Robbie. Thank you for everything that you've done. Okay, with that, the briefing is over. I'm just kidding. Okay, go ahead, Z. I know. Okay. I'm going to take one. Go ahead, Alex, in the back. Oh, hey, no, right. Alex. I'm sorry. I was calling Alex.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.